And we had another great week in the VIP group of Telegram for the last week. We have made total of 600 pips of profits to our clients in the VIP group. And again, I have to highlight here something, my friends, that 600 pips, it doesn't mean that if you join the VIP group, you will make 600 pips as well. That is, of course, the volume of the pips, which means we are sending a signal with take profit number 1, 2, and 3. If the signal reach number 3 or take profit number 3, we announce that this signal made total of 80 pips of profit, because take profit number 1 is 20 pips, take profit number 2 40 pips, and take profit number 3 is 80 pips. Now what others doing is they are counting 20 plus 40 plus 80, so they announce I think around 140 pips, and we don't do that in Xtreme Trader, even though it's legal and legit in my opinion, but still we don't do it. And if we do it, we would actually have ended up with more than 1,000 pips of profit. And also another thing is some of the clients may have made 100 pips only, some of them made 200 pips of profit, some of them made even 2,000 pips of profit. How? By actually analyzing the signal before trading it, which means when we are sending a signal, they are also analyzing it by themselves, and if it's matching up with their analysis, they will enter. They actually can enter with 3 trades or 4 trades or even 5 trades with big lot sizes. So if the signal hit take profit level, for us we announce 20 pips only, but for him it could actually be 100 pips instead of 20 only. So it was really a profitable week for the VIP group of Telegram, and I hope everybody enjoying the profits with the Xtreme Trader team. So of course, if you wish to join the VIP channel, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below of this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. And now it's time to start the weekly analysis, and before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and kindly share the video, and of course leave a comment if you wish to. And also, my friends, don't forget to join our free group of Telegram to receive any updates about these signals which you are about to receive right now in this video. Here is the link for the real and authentic Xtreme Trader Telegram channel, the free one of course, and you can find also the same link in the description below of this video. Check it out and join now the free group to receive any updates about these signals. Also, you will get to receive 1 free signal every day. Now, let's check the EURUSD and start our weekly analysis. So right now, I'm here actually on the weekly chart for the EURUSD. And now what we can see right here is, of course, a broken level of a resistance trend line. Now, I have to highlight that last week we analyzed that the EURUSD will continue the fall. Why? Because of the previous week candle was actually inverted hammer, and that is actually, usually it's a good sign that the market will continue the fall. Well, that didn't happen, and the market actually shown here a strong strength in the level, and now the current weekly candle, it seems to be bullish, to be honest. So therefore, and considering that we had here the broken level of a resistance trend line, I would say that the EURUSD is going to continue the rise for the next week. Another reason is, of course, we can actually narrow it to be a channel or actually a triangle, just like that. And now we can see clearly that the EURUSD has indeed made the bullish breakout from that triangle. So all of that says that the EURUSD is to be bullish. Now, moving to the daily chart. Now here, based on the daily chart, we can notice that the market already created here support trend line number 1 and number 2, which means it will indeed continue the rise. Not to mention, of course, the current price action, which also indicates a continuation in the rise. So by moving now to the 4-hour time frame, now it's time to find our entry to start buying this pair. Now, how can we actually be sure of our entry? By simply highlighting the strongest real level of a support and resistance. So by looking at this level of a support right here at 1.082, now check this out. This was right here the nearest level of a support. This was the nearest level of a support to that bullish breakout candle. And if we scroll more to the left, we can see that this was indeed a strong level of a support. Even right here, it was also a strong level of a support, as we can see. I mean, even here as a resistance and then as a support recently. So that means that this level is going to be strong, and I think it's going to be ideal to buy the EURUSD exactly from there. and we have to wait for the market to fall to another 20 pips before we can proceed to buy it. But maybe to have a safer entry, I would maybe like to make it lower. Why? Because actually I have noticed this level of a support as well. So I thought this is better actually level to start buying the EURUSD. And if I'm not mistaken, that is Fibonacci, yeah, 38.2. 1 second, guys. I think we have to trust the Fibonacci. So let's buy at 38.2. That's going to be a better idea. We have to wait for the market to fall to another 21 pips before we can proceed to buy it. Now, since we're actually talking about a bullish breakout from that level of a triangle right here, it means that the USD will continue the rise at least to reach that level of a real resistance right here at the bracket of 1.098. So that has got to be our take profit level. Therefore, we have to set our take profit level to be right here at the peak of the resistance at 1.096, aiming around 134. No, let's lower it to make it around 114 pips of profit. Now for the safe zone, it shouldn't be ranging much lower than the previous level of a key a resistance right here and a support as well, which will be ranging for around 43 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. Moving now to the pound USD. Now for the pound USD, if we switched also to the weekly chart, now you might tell me, but Salah, now we have right here a real level of a resistance right here exactly at 1.277, and we have here a fake breakout, so meaning the market is gonna reverse right here at that level of a real resistance. Well, you are not wrong, but also there are other things that we have to look at, such as of course the broken level of a resistance trend line, as we can see right here. Check this out. So right here, of course, we had the real level of a resistance trend line, a real level of a resistance trend line, then a fake breakout, and now we are having here an actual bullish breakout from that level. Also, not to mention that we had right here also a support trend line, which seems like it's being respected. So that level of a support trend line faced here a fake breakout and then has been respected for once, twice, thrice, and then became a resistance trend line. And now the last weekly candle seems like it actually has respected the same level of the support trend line, and now it's going to continue the rise. So therefore, I believe that we will witness a bullish breakout on the pound USD. Also, it's really clear to me that we are having here a broken level of a resistance, exactly just like that. Yes, right here exactly. That was of course a real level of a resistance, and here also, and now we had here the bullish breakout from the resistance, and this candle right here, this tail, represents of course a support number 1. So all in all, pound USD is to continue the rise toward the real level of a resistance right here, exactly right there at 1.299, which means the pair still has about 251 pips more to go. Now, of course, since we're talking about weekly chart, we will not keep buying the pound USD any more further than the resistance right here, which is of course the nearest one to our current price, which means we will look for around 125 pips. Now, for the entry, let's move to the daily chart, and again on daily chart we cannot really see much. What we can see right here, or actually we can confirm, is that level of a price action, which usually indicates a continuation in the fall, but the next 2 days seems to be bullish. So again, pound USD is to be bullish in my opinion. Now moving to the 4-hour time frame, even 1-hour time frame, so we can get actually a better entries. Now let me just squeeze the chart like that so we can have a better view on it. Now based on the 1-hour time frame, we have right here of course a broken level of a resistance trend line and the creation, as we can see clearly right here, of a support trend line number 1. So what we will basically do is waiting for the pound USD to fall again to reach the same level of the support trend line to create now the second attempt of the support trend line, and by matching up the levels of a support right here exactly. So there, I think it's going to be a good idea. We have to wait for the pair to fall to another 31 pips. We can buy the pound USD exactly at the same level of a real support at 1.270, and of course aiming, let me just now change the take profit level to make it more realistic. I mean, I'm a person who like to give realistic levels. I don't like to give nonsense take profit levels. Therefore, we will actually aim around 113 pips profit from this signal and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging much lower than the previous level of a support for around 40 pips only. Jumping now to the AUDUSD. Now for the AUDUSD, again, if we switch now to the weekly chart, we can notice a very similar thing. I mean, the similarity between these pairs is very obvious. Now we have here a clear broken level of a resistance trend line as well, and already the market has made the attempt of a support trend line. Therefore, AUDUSD is also to be bought for the next week. By moving now to the 4-hour time frame, even 1-hour time frame, I mean, I'm just trying to save your time, my friends, because it's really obvious now what we will do. Because right here we have, of course, a broken level of a resistance trend line. Actually, we can even So actually, we can see clearly that we had right here a broken level of a real resistance trend line, as we can see. One fake breakout, two fake breakouts. Then the same level of a real resistance trend line has been respected. Now we can see here also now a support trend line number 1. So let's wait for the AUDUSD to fall again to reach the second attempt of the support trend line. It's very simple and straightforward analysis. We have to wait for the pair to fall to another 18 pips. Now by looking at horizontal side, however, now we can see clearly that this was, of course, a strong level of a support at 0.663. That is, in my opinion, gonna be the best level to start buying this pair. Also, it was here a strong level of a key support in the past. Therefore, let's wait for the AUDUSD to fall to another 15 pips before we can proceed to buy it. However, take profit level will be right here, of course, at the highest level of a real resistance as 0.670, aiming around 63 pips of profit, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging much lower than the previous level of a support right here as 0.660, ranging for around 20, let's say about 30 pips only. Moving now to the USDCAD. Now, the current price action for the USDCAD based on the weekly chart is actually promising for the bearish. As we can see, last week candle has made an attempt to break out from the real level of a resistance at 1.375, but of course it has failed, and as we can see, the market fell for around 110 pips, and the price action here is showing a strong level of a resistance, of course. So therefore, we will of course look to short the USDCAD for the upcoming week. Now, by moving to the daily chart, again we have here a very strong price action indicates for the fall. I mean, it's really a clear signal for me that we have to short the USDCAD. Now, how can we find the best level to start shorting this pair? The answer lies on the resistance trend line, and this time I will apply the magic of resistance trend line. Of course, if you guys want to understand what I'm doing right here, please proceed to watch 2 videos on my channel called The Magic of Trend Lines Part 1 and Part 2. It will explain to you exactly what the heck am I doing right here. So, what we will do right now is simply draw here a resistance trend line from this higher high to this lower high. Next, simply drag the very same line all the way right here to the next level of a resistance trend line. Actually, to be honest, it's like this. So now we can see clearly that we had right here the nearest level of a resistance trend line to that bearish breakout candle. So now, since the USDCAD is currently of course on a support zone, now we can expect a pullback to happen by the opening of the market on Monday. Also right here, it was also a support level. So I'm expecting actually a pullback to happen. If that happens, of course, the market will continue to rise till it reach that level of a resistance trend line, and afterward, the USDCAD will continue the fall. So therefore, we have to wait for the market to rise to another around 20 pips. Now, by looking at the left side, however, now we can see clearly that we had right here, of course, a real level of a resistance as well. Exactly like that. This was, of course, the real level of a resistance, which also became here a support, as we can see multiple times, and then recently here as a resistance as well. So this wick right here is actually a resistance. Therefore, we will just wait for the USDCAD to make a pullback. First of all, it will reach the same level of a resistance trend line, plus that level of a resistance is going to be respected. After that, the USDCAD will continue the fall, hopefully, of course. So for that, our take profit level has got to be right here at the nearest level of a key support at 1.356, aiming around 85 pips profit from this signal, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging much higher actually than the previous level of a resistance right here at 1.369, ranging for around 43 pips only. And that's everything for the USDCAD. Now let's move to the pound GPY, which unfortunately we are going to ignore for the second week. Again, the reason is that the pair is actually right now at the absolutely highest level of a real resistance at 200.388. We cannot do anything, my friends, until the market actually shows us a clear bullish breakout or a bearish reversal at this point. So therefore, for the safety of the funds of my followers, I'm going to skip the pound GPY for the second week. And let's now move to the USDCHF. Now for the USDCHF, from the first sight, we can notice clearly that we had right here, of course, a broken level of a support trend line, as we can see right here. So right here, support trend line number 1, 2, and we can say 3, 4, and then the actual bearish breakout from that support trend line. All of that indicates that the USDCHF most likely is going to continue the fall. Now, since the pair is actually here on a support level, right now on a support level, then we can expect a pullback to happen, and I think the pullback has already begun. Now we can see that the market made a pullback for around 19 pips, which means by looking at the left side, now we can see clearly that we had right here, of course, the highest level of a real resistance as 0.905. In my opinion, that is going to be the best level to start shorting the pair. When this level of a real resistance is going to be respected right here again. Also, the broken level of a support trend line is going to be retested and creates a new resistance trend line. So we have to wait for the USDCHF to rise to another 31 pips, I would say, before it's going to start the bearish fall. And of course, if that happens, we will be aiming the nearest level of a key support right here at 0.895, which means we will actually aim around, I would say, roughly about 100 pips of profit, hopefully, and a safe zone that should not be ranging higher than the previous level of resistance at 0.909, ranging for around 44 pips only. And there goes your signals, my friends, for the USD pairs for the upcoming week. I really hope it's going to be a profitable one, and hopefully we will all get benefits of it. And of course, stay tuned to the channel. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to analyze the gold, and I will release the video at morning time, of course. So we'll actually have a deeper look at the gold because the gold has actually reversed before reaching my sell point. And I'm excited to share with you my point of a view on the gold for the upcoming week. Hopefully it will be accurate one this time. So until then, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.